Pain heals. Chicks dig scars. Glory lasts forever.
Despite her endorsement deal with Nike, Caitlin Clark is launching Reebok into the stratosphere. She is an important part of their marketing campaign and their ability to move merchandise. Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for being here. Appreciate all of your support. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Shout out to the 19. Smash the like button. Subscribe to the channel. Let's talk about this a little bit. What am I saying? What does this have to do with Angel Reese? If there is more proof needed that Caitlin Clark does not move the needle, Caitlin Clark is the needle. And it just hit me. So many people are afraid of needles. So I'm starting to understand the WNBA's reaction, all the other players, their reaction to Caitlin Clark, absolutely terrified. But they actually put this out there for the world to see. This is kind of wild. Now, I know Shaq can sometimes be difficult to understand. He likes to, I don't know what that voice is that he goes with, but this is only an 8-second clip, so pay attention to this. I will, of course, cover it if it's difficult to hear, but try and make out what Shaq comes in right at the end. They're talking about the launch of Angel Reese's new Reebok sneakers, shoes, or in soccer, as we like to call them, boots.
We got to be crafty about how we get them in Reebok gear.
Be the debut.
When she plays Caitlin Clark.
Let's do it.
I'll even come to the game.
Of course not.
So there you have it, folks. They want to debut. Give me some coffee. Angel Reese's new Reebok shoes when they play Caitlin Clark. They are counting on the coverage that Caitlin Clark gets them, the fans that Caitlin Clark puts in the stands, the fans that Caitlin Clark has tuning in on television in order to sell Angel Reese's shoes. I know I'm confused too because I keep hearing about how she has 5 million Instagram followers and how Angel Reese is the one who made Caitlin Clark famous and all of these other delusional takes that we keep hearing from the people who are hitting the weed just a little bit too hard. Lighten up a little bit. Lighten up a little bit. So I don't know if I've ever seen this before from any company ever when their marketing campaign, and they make it known publicly, that their marketing campaign revolves around an athlete that is endorsed by a rival company. Let that sink in for a moment. This is how powerful Caitlin Clark is. This is how huge Caitlin Clark's fan base is. And add to that, obviously, fans that pull money out of their pockets, out of their apps, out of their wallets and purses if they still use them, and actually buy things. And they said, hey, you know what? We do not have the budget of Nike for our advertising. Angel Reese does not have the fan base that Caitlin Clark has in terms of purchasing power. So we want to maximize our reach. We are going to launch this when she is playing Caitlin Clark. And a couple other things. This is kind of a little more lighthearted, a little funnier. And by the way, let's be clear. For those who, I should have said this right at the beginning because they probably already wrote their comments. This isn't so much about Angel Reese as Angel Reese as it is about the power of Caitlin Clark, because this is Reebok, right? This is Reebok, and by the way, it breaks my heart to see Allen Iverson in there and spewing the stuff he has to spew as someone who is employed by Reebok because he blew all his money and had to get a job. So, but it hurts my soul as a fan of Allen Iverson to see him in this position. Anyway, I digress. Don't click away. So we had this. There was a lot of talk, people, about Angel Reese taking over Indianapolis, and we had a clip like this. This is again only about 11 seconds, but this is kind of wild. Check this out. I'm at the beginning, I think. Yeah.
The rebounding queen! Take it over, Angel! Take it over! Thank you!
So this was All-Star Weekend. I don't know if the one guy is enthusiastic or he was someone actually paid to talk about taking over, but as you saw, that taking over was about 11, maybe 11 and a half people random people on a street corner. I'm not sure they all even knew what was happening. And yes, I just want to double check, make sure I have this right, but I believe that that is Shaq right there, right? Yeah, so that's Shaq. So yeah, just there's basically no one there. And then this became a thing online about how Angel Reese was taking over Indianapolis. So people had to do a little reminding. This is Barbie night, folks, in Chicago. The Indiana Fever just put the BTA, put the beat down on the Chicago Sky, and Caitlin Clark is absolutely surrounded and mobbed by fans. Look at what she is signing. There's a reason all that stuff is pink. It is because it is Angel Reese Barbie themed material, and they want Caitlin Clark's signature on these things. This is what you call taking over a city. If we needed any more proof, and I'm not saying you did, but if you needed any more proof that, again, Caitlin Clark is the driving force behind the WNBA, she is the driving force behind everything that we've seen in terms of growth in the past year plus. I'm not making this a video and getting into all the CBA stuff, but this is just another good example of what the players don't seem to understand. And again, I'm not saying their changes shouldn't be made, that they don't deserve certain things. I'm saying the position they're taking based on what the reality is with the growth of the league is unrealistic, and they're going to find themselves locked out of a 2026 season. And a lot of the players financially, really, that's going to be a problem for all of them. But this is this is kind of wild. I've never seen anything like this before, where you have an a athlete endorsed by a huge company being used by a competitor, being used by a competitor to market and launch a product. But that is what we are seeing with Caitlin Clark. I mean, I don't think this was ever done like this before, at least not blatantly. I don't think, LeBron James, when his shoe came out rookie year, although again, they were both Nike, so it's a little different. But just as an aside, I don't think LeBron was like the Nike was like, well, man, we want to. I think we need to market these. We needed to market these, launch these, debut these, whatever. When LeBron plays Kobe, we didn't. Jordan wasn't. Well, you know what? When they play, and I think Larry Bird was a Converse guy, right? So that would be, well, we need to launch these Air Jordans when the Bulls and Michael Jordan play the Celtics and Larry Bird. That's when we need to make this happen. But anyway, I just thought this was kind of wild. I thought it was interesting. I'm curious what you all think about this below. And again, this isn't even shade to Angel Reese. This is the amazing marketing power of Caitlin Clark, to see Reebok using her, a Nike athlete, in order to mark and to be fair, I'm not sure if that's specifically the launch day or it's just when they're starting their marketing campaign up to launch. Let me know in the comments below on that as well. But I'm really curious what you think of that. I mean, that's amazing. Talk about star power. Talk about draw. There it is, right there. If that doesn't say it, I don't know what does. But let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Appreciate you checking out this video. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. You know the drill. Appreciate you so much. 14,000. Here we come, 15. I know a lot of people now are like, oh, I can't wait till 19. Yeah, 19 might have to be some kind of massive party, but 15 is a cool number too. Maybe we'll do something with 15, maybe some sort of a live thing or whatever with, I don't know. We'll figure it out. Anyway, go have the day you deserve. I'll talk to you later.